Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Cup of Joe with Joe and Joe podcast. I am your host, Joe, and with me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Joe.
Oh man, that's a cold cappuccino because Joe took a while, and I made the cappuccino pretty early. So, wow, that does not taste as good cold. But we got more important things to talk about. Joe, that opening, holy shit.
Holy shit. So hello everyone, welcome back. We are, number one, talking about the return of Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2. God bless. Mwah, love ya. And also, we've been officially in this new era of Cup of Joe for over a year, Joe.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff, man.
That's pretty cool. And I couldn't think of a better way to kick off not only our second year of doing this, but also 2022 in general with Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. Episode 76, Judgment was the episode's name, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Alright, first things first, the fucking opening. I don't know about you, Joe. I was on YouTube today, and I was scrolling through, and I found no less than probably 6 or 7 different videos, all being like Attack on Titan final season opening, like new opening, new closing, all that sort of stuff. And I just saw them, and I was like, stay strong. It's so close. Don't do any more, nothing more, please. So like, I don't know how long you were on the internet today, but like today, everybody was just like, it's here, get fucking hyped. And oh my god, that opening, I was like, I don't know what your opinion is on it quite yet exactly, but as I was listening to it, I was like, oh fuck, I think Joe's gonna really like this.
Yeah, man, dude, I was completely off the internet today because I was like, I don't want anything. I don't want to see no goddamn screenshots or nothing on some like cheesy ass news page.
Screenshots, no Rule 34, no. Actually,
no, plenty of Rule 34.
Yeah, plenty of Rule 34.
Big supporters of Rule 34. But anyway, that opening, the song, and I hear the guitar come in. I'm like, oh, they're kind of going heavy. And then the screamo came in, and I was like, oh boy. I'm like, they did this for me, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. And then episode 2, it's just going to be a beach episode, just tracking Mikasa's ass the entire time. Also just for you, Joe.
Yeah, the world revolves around me.
Yep, that's exactly what we're getting at.
Okay.
So then actually, into the episode, we pick up like exactly where we left off, which I guess makes sense, because it's when we watch this, you know, a year from now, it'll all just be one continuous thing. But fuck, dude, seeing Eren fully transform into his Titan again, and then just watching Marley just come into paradise, I was just like, I'm back, baby. I don't actually want to live here, but I'm back, and it feels so wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. I was like debating whether I wanted to watch like episode 75 right before this. I decided against it, and I was like, you know what, I just want to hop right into it. One thing I also wanted to say about the opening is not only did it sound great visually, it was pretty sick as well. So
the visuals, I think, were like, I think they're better than the first part.
Oh, I completely agree.
Even though the first parts are awesome.
Yeah.
There's some stuff in this where I'm just like, whoa. Like the when Eren is walking along the wall, and then later on when he screams and you see him in the man bun form, and the man bun dissipates into his long flowing hair.
Yep.
I'm just like, dude, I get like some thematic ideas of what this means, but fuck, I'm so hyped for this.
A lot of visual messaging and just a lot of symbolism going on in that intro. So kudos to that. But before the intro even happens, I think there's some actual episode, then the intro happens, right? Or is it
I believe so. I can't remember exactly what happens first, but yeah.
We find out what happened with Levi after the big explosion.
Yes.
And I completely forgot that happened. I was like, holy shit, like Hanji's there, she's holding Levi. Levi looks like a corpse. And she tells Flock that like, oh, he's dead or whatever, but Flock wants to prove it himself, right? He's like, I can take a fucking pulse. But then out of nowhere, it looks like Zeke is still alive somehow. He survives the explosion and his body completely unscathed. Almost like he's being like born. Like, it's really gross. It looks like a baby slipping out of a womb. Like, it's nasty. Very
out of a big skeletal womb.
Yeah, not good. And with the distraction of Zeke falling out, Hanji takes Levi and it's like yeet and goes into the river, and they're like, shoot the river, shoot the river, and they get away. So Hanji pronounces that Levi is dead. But I think with what we saw and her kind of running away with the body and not letting Flock test the pulse, I'm assuming he's alive.
He's not dead. He's
Yeah.
very much alive.
Yeah. I like bought it for like half a second, and I was like,
Yeah, me
are they
too. I
really
thought
going
they
to
were
do
gonna
this?
be like, this is a. I was like, oh shit, is he just gone now? But no, I very highly doubt that now.
Yeah. So we get that really cool beginning couple of scenes. We get the intro, and then yeah, like you said, it's fucking Aaron turned into his Titan form, and I gotta say, the way he looks, that's the way I think my dream body would be. Just tapered and just the striations, man. Chef's kiss to the striations.
Oh yes, very nice male physique he's got there.
And we get right into it. The battle starts. You have Marley fucking showing up. It's a little bit of like a recap of what happened at the end of the last episode. You get a little bit of Reiner. You see them at the top of one of the blimps getting ready to descend down. Some of the paratroopers start coming in. And you're like, holy shit, this is it. And I really didn't know what to think about it, but I kind of liked how I was a little confused why Yelena was like, we need to save Aaron, we need to save you, like, don't fight. And I was like, what's gonna go on here? Is he about to... For a second I thought Aaron was about to like stomp on Yelena and be like, fuck off. But no, he's like, nah, I got some business to attend to with an old friend. And him and Reiner just go right fucking at it. And I love how Reiner just flashes the sliced hand, like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. It was. God, I love that it just gets right into it because this kind of reminds me of episode like 8 through like 12, like that era of the last season, where it was just like the all-out warfare in Marley. Like this is, I feel like the parallel, like the flip of that, but now it's in paradise, and so there's just going to be utter carnage just going around in there, like behind the walls and all that sort of stuff. So because I think that is undoubtedly my favorite part of the first half of the season is like that 4 episode stint after Aaron talks with Raynor and then explodes out and kills good old Willie. Oh my, like those 4 episodes I think are amazing. So I'm very excited to see how these next couple of episodes progress and like to see kind of like how that all evolves. But yeah, like the way that he interacted with Yelena, which I think lends credence to something that Armin talks about a little later on in the episode. I was under the impression that he would like attack her. I thought for a second like he was looking at her for a long time and thinking like she's right, and then eventually the head would like drop as he comes out of the nape. But he doesn't do that. He's just like, "Now fuck you and your smart plan, Yelena. I'm gonna go fuck this guy up."
Yeah, like he's
So
got a
he
score to
goes out
settle.
there. Yeah, he's just like, I don't even know if it's like a pride thing. Like I don't, because that's the thing about Aaron right now. I don't know what his motivations are.
Yeah, what is
Because
his
as Armin's-
true intentions?
Exactly, because as Armin says later on in the episode, let's just jump to that right now. Anya Capone like hops down to the cell where he's keeping all like the Paradise Islanders, and of course in there is Mikasa and Jean or Jean. That's right, it's back.
All the originals.
Yeah, all the originals, and Armin is talking to all of the originals, and he's just like, do we actually think Aaron is going to prevent us all from having kids? And then all of them pause for a second, and then John or Jean is like, yes. And then Armin's like,
On the
dude, it's
contraire.
Aaron. On the contraire. Dude, it's Aaron. We literally had a flashback a few episodes ago to him blushing about wanting to protect us. I don't think he's actually doing that. And Armin states the very obvious where he's like, he doesn't have to agree with what Yelena and Zeke.
In the end, he's the
Zeke's
one that
plan
makes the
is.
decision.
Exactly. He's the one with the power of the founding Titan. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. So I think that lends credence to what we were talking about the last time that we were talking about Attack on Titan, where we're like, we don't really know exactly what Aaron wants to do, because we're like, maybe he is going to go with this euthanasia plan. I am now 98% sure he has his complete own plan, like entirely separate from Zeke and Yelena and all that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure he's got his own shit that he wants to do and that he's keeping on the down low. But that makes it like, it's hard to actually track why he's doing the things he's doing. And I'm hoping that by the end of the series, with most of Attack on Titan, where you go back and you're like, oh shit, that's why all these details
All
were
the
here,
seeding.
because exactly, it'll all make sense once his plan is revealed. So I'm curious if it's a prideful thing that he's trying to fight with Rainer and like the other Titans from Marley, or if he's actually trying to do something else. So I don't know. But also in that fight, we finally get to see him use the fucking Warhammer Titan abilities, which I was so happy about because I was just like, we never saw him use those abilities. We just see the aftermath of the jail cell that he broke out of with like all like the hardened Titan skin, and everyone's like, oh, he used the Warhammer Titan abilities, and it's like, bitch, I want to see that.
Yeah, that scene with Anya Capone down there in the cellar was the most. It was the calmest scene, but I think the most important scene in the whole episode.
Yes.
Just with Armin kind of rationalizing, trying to convince everybody, being like, "Look, I don't 100% know, but I'm pretty sure he's got a plan. And I think we need to trust him." And at the end of the day, we just can't let Marley kill him or take the Founding Titan. At the end of the day, we can't let that happen. And I kind of like how Mikasa was definitely having some conflicting emotions about what she wants to do with the new information about how
Yes.
her background means she always has to protect Eren. Great,
Which
great
might be
scene.
a lie.
Exactly. We again, so much stuff where you're like, you can't even trust when there's a big reveal because you're like, is it that even the truth? So that scene definitely something where I was like, okay, super subtle, but like this is definitely a lot of information is here. The actual fight with Reiner is fucking sick because Reiner's just a fucking old man at this point. And I love how
He's aged like 20 years
Dude.
beyond every other character. He's just like he's like old man Logan all of a sudden.
Yes,
He's
that's
just like,
how I
"God,
think
I
of
don't
it."
want to be doing this right now.
that's exactly how I think of it, where he's like, I have no point of living. I'm just gonna fucking go and just do whatever the fuck I want and kill this motherfucker. And if you think back to like season 2 or 3, when outside of the walls, when Eren and Reiner had their first fight, when he kind of reveals himself, you remember Eren gets like smacked, like Reiner kicks his ass, and now the other way around. Eren wipes the floor with this motherfucker, especially with the new powers. Like Reiner's armor doesn't do shit anymore, and I just loved how I'm like, damn, Eren is like whooping his ass.
Yes.
I mean, Jaw Titan really doesn't do too much in this episode. He's just kind of there as another like like villain, I guess.
Another antagonist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I find him so insufferable.
Oh,
Like the entire time he's like,
shoot.
"I'm gonna kill you for everything you've done, Aaron." I'm just like, "Who are you again? Get the fuck out of here."
But somebody who I loved in this episode was Peak. Oh my god. First off, her voice as the Cart Titan, I'm going to have nightmares. I am going to have
It's so
insufferable nightmares of that horrible voice. It reminds me of, it's like borderline to the voice in Dune. Borderline. But it's creepy as shit. And she is a tough motherfucker in this. She's the one that's smart and has a plan. I don't know why Gabby is still alive. Literally, I saw her still alive, and I'm like, why aren't you dead yet? It's crazy, and I like how Peak was able to kind of like deduce that, like, okay, based off the information I have, I think Eren needs Zeke to perform their goal or their plan, and so they're like, okay, at all costs, we got to make sure they don't get in contact with each other. And then fucking Peak gets the new fucking cannon put on her, and holy shit, when she shoots the bullet and it goes through Eren's fucking head, I was like, oh! I literally jumped in my chair. I was like, oh god.
I didn't jump, but I was like kind of surprised by. I was like, "Oh shit!" 'Cause it took me a second. I was like, "Right, a bullet through the head doesn't necessarily mean that he's down for the count." And like, I love how the general was just like, "All right, mortar," or actually maybe it was Peak who said this. I don't remember. One of them
No,
said,
it's a
like,
general.
"All right, okay." General was like, "I got the brain. Motor functions are out now. He's not going to be able to move for a little bit." And I was like, "Ooh, interesting, interesting." And then the fucking whatchamacallit, the Jaw Titan comes in and he's like, "Yes, this is my chance." And then Aaron's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And more spikes come out of the ground, and I'm just like, "Yeah, that's right, get the fuck out of here, Jaw Titan." But that entire fight, it's not the flashiest fight. Like I think there are fights back from like the Wit Studio days that are significantly flashier, and like better choreographed, I'll say. But I like, again, the subtlety kind of like what you were talking about, where the first fight that Eren and Reiner had in Titan form, where Reiner was just beating the shit out of him. In this time, Eren, like, he's more. Well, I don't know if he's more bloodlusty. He's definitely way more experienced now, though, to the point where, like, he's just letting Reiner smack at him, and he's just keeping his guard up in front of his face with both those armored up hands. And then he's waiting for that moment, and then Reiner gets, he's vulnerable for a second, and then Eren just one punch to the face and like breaks off or like chinks the armor on his face, and then the second punch he lands just like destroys half of Reiner's face, and I was like, holy shit. And Reiner tackles him down to the ground, but he's not on the ground. He kicks Reiner off of him and then he gets back up, and I'm just like, oh my god. Again, it's not like the coolest fight choreography. It's just really cool to see how Eren has progressed as a fighter
intense.
and how Reiner has progressed. Yes, it's intense, and it's cool to see the type of progression that you get from like this kind of long form storytelling in like shows and anime and like things of that sort. It's awesome to see attention to detail and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, and this fight's happening, but also we have the troops of Marley and the troops of Paradise fighting each other, and Marley is wiping the floor with their guns, and this is when Anya Capone and Yelena are kind of like, oh fuck, this isn't going too well, like they're gonna wipe out our forces, they have like 500 people, and that's when Anya Capone comes down and is like, okay, I need to do something or we're gonna fucking get killed. And honestly, the slaughter that Marley does to them was probably the most impactful to me, where I was like I liked that fight, but seeing all the Paradise Islanders in their their gear getting just slaughtered, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, here's the thing with that. I found it to be a little funny almost.
Oh no, I know what you're saying. Where I was like, oh, like they're just dropping like flies.
Yeah, there's the specific scene. Like, I first of all think, like, I know it's a surprise attack, but also, they're stationary on rooftops and you have fucking ODM gear. You shouldn't be this easy to hit. Number two, the scene of them, like, all of them falling and hitting the ground, there was a specific scene, like, there's, like, 2 or 3 scenes like that. I think it's the last one where they're falling onto the street. It's like, it's almost cartoonish, the amount of, like, bodies that start getting piled up in that one space, where I'm just like, this isn't nearly as impactful as like the slaughter that occurred in Marley to me. Like, this one just seems a bit more contrived. Like, it has to be like, yeah, look at like the horrors of war or whatever. It's like that time I was kind of just like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't quite hit for me. But like I can still see how other people would be like, oh my god, look at what they're doing. And again, it further like parallels the attack on Marley, which is now the attack on Paradise.
Yeah, yeah, and then, oh my God, I know there's one other thing that I want to mention that I forgot to say with Zeke's beginning part, is that, Zeke talks about how he's got this look in his eyes, like almost like he's seen the light, you know what I mean? And he came back, and he's like, I was in this place, and this girl was molding my body out of clay.
It was the Shadow Realm.
Yes.
And the girl was Merrick. Very hard to tell.
Yes, very, very similar. And he calls it the paths. I can't say my THs too well. And I was like, interesting. I feel like this was mentioned before, maybe once or twice in the past, but it's something that we've seen in like the intros, like little clips of this place, and where it almost looks like this, like this bright light and like this tower, stuff like that. And I don't know, but that seems like a pretty big deal. And I loved how they kind of just hinted at it, but I really want to know more about it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that place is. It seems like, I mean, it's like some other like celestial plane of some kind.
The ethereal plane, Joe.
It's an ethereal plane of some sort, exactly. But like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Isn't what the fuck's the goddess's name?
Ymir.
Ymir, thank you. I'm betting that little girl is Ymir, or like some variant of that. And because like at the ending of part 1 of the final season, like I'm specifically talking about like the ending, like credits and stuff like that.
That's what I was talking about too.
You see Eren standing at the base of that like tree of light where all the paths are converging. And so I'm assuming that's probably like the end game of this entire season,
Like what it
the
looks
entire
like to
show.
use the founding Titan, maybe.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. And I wouldn't. Oh, Joe, I have a theory now.
Hmm?
I have a
Hmm?
theory.
Hmm? Say it. Come on, spit it out. Place to
I'm
do it.
I am betting money. I will bet at least $5 whole. $5 whole,
Not half
Joe.
dollars.
Not half dollars. 5 whole big old rectangles, big old green paper rectangles, dollars. That Aaron's actual end game is to get rid of the Titans. That's his plan. He's not going to euthanize the Paradise Islanders. He is going to just completely eradicate the power of the Titans. I don't remember if that's been established that you can't do that, because I know if you kill a Titan person, like, that just gets reincarnated into someone else later on. But I'm putting money down, $5 whole, on that. When Aaron gets in there, he's going to talk to Ymir and he's going to be like, "Hey, let's fucking Full Metal Alchemist this shit up. Just take away the power of the Titans, bitch." And she'll be like, "Haha, okay," and then everyone will just go back to living normal lives.
I like that, and I was thinking about that as well. But for some reason, I feel like there's going to be like you can't do that. There's going to be some catch-22 or something that like, oh, you actually can't do that because then I don't know, something weird's going to happen. But I like that idea. Or he's just going to go in, and he's just going to murk Ymir and be like, snap the neck.
Oh my god.
He'd be like, all right, it's all over. I did my job. I don't know. There's so much up in the air. Obviously, I mean, whenever you talk about Attack on Titan, that's always what people say. But yeah, man, this episode, I was like subtly hype going into it. Like I forgot it was happening. Joe reminded me a couple days ago. I was like, oh shit, cool. And then that
Oh shit, yeah, that's right.
the opening happened, and I literally had to pause the opening where I'm like, is this is happening? I'm like, holy shit, like because
Joe had to pause the opening to finish coming.
let's just say I was watching another anime a week ago, and it's a classic. People really like it. It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I was like, this is horrible, and and I was like, am I like just getting bored? What's going on? And then I see this, and I go, oh, so this is what good anime is.
Oh, so this is what good anime is. Yes, Joe.
It's amazing. I'm on the fucking train. I am so excited to continue to watch this every week. What I should have been doing instead of watching JoJo's, I should have been rewatching Attack on Titan. So I could like actually like go all the way through and like time it so that like once I can like finish it with the last episode perfectly in time of as I'm watching the series. But oh, man, I'm hyped for this. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we missed in the episode? Because literally when the episode ended, I was like, wait, that's it? I'm like, I want more. I'm like, it's only 20 minutes. What the fuck?
Yep. That's always my biggest thing with this shit. It's just like I love just being able to binge an entire season of something and just get the full complete package that way. So actually having to this is the only show that I watch week to week. Like I haven't done that with any of the Marvel shows. I haven't done that with any other anime. I'm just like, this is the show that I will enjoy watching week to week and nothing else because that's how quality it is. But I think we talked about pretty much everything. I did. No, I didn't. I didn't watch the coming next week thing because I heard it and I was just like, nope, I don't care.
You
I'm
don't
just
really
gonna
get anything.
Experience it.
You don't really get anything.
Yeah, I know you never do, but I'm always just like, I don't like seeing what's coming. I just want to go in with fresh eyes every time.
Yeah. Do you know what the next episode is called though?
No. What is it?
I believe it was called Sneak Attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
any predictions of what you think's gonna happen next episode? Because
Gabby's gonna jump up and stab the not moving Aaron Titan in the fucking dick in his non-existent pee-pee.
Thank you for proper anatomical correction. I think Armin's gonna fucking be like, all right, you fuckers, guess I got to go do this myself and drop a colossal Titan bomb on their asses.
He would kill so many friends if he did that, though.
I know, but I feel like,
Oh,
right now I'm thinking, how the fuck do you
wait,
get Aaron out of
what
this?
if it's the female Titan?
Oh, Annie! Oh
We
shit!
keep forgetting about it. All right, we can't theorize any more than this, Joe. This has gone on long enough. We'll talk about this next week when hopefully whatever the fuck happens. Oh fuck! I hope it's Annie. Oh my god! All right. Anything else to add?
No, I'm just hype. Also, closing song and the closing animations, very good. I liked the kind of how it ended with Aaron being all alone and then he disappears. Again, symbolism happening. I don't know what that means. The song is great.
Don't know what it means.
Also, literally as soon as the episode ended, I was looking for the opening song on Spotify. They have I went on so many like news pages. They have not released it yet because they wanted to like keep it hidden so it could just premiere on the anime. But it will be on Spotify soon. It's called The Rumbling.
Yes. All right, everyone. So, Cup of Joe, Joe and Joe is back. Attack on Titan recaps every week that the show comes out, baby, until its fucking conclusion. I cannot believe that I'm saying that because the end is here. The end is nigh, Joe. I'm excited. Get fucking hype. We love you. We'll leave you. And goodbye.